If you were wondering what had happened with the Mercedes and where the weekend update on that one was, on Friday I took this off, which may be one of the many sources of my problems on that car. So I'm waiting for the postman to come. As soon as he turns up, get an update on that car. Meantime, back to the Alfa. Would you believe I've had this Alfa Romeo 145 Cloverleaf nearly a year? Well, in fact 11 and a half months. And I've barely used it at all. The reason it's out today in this pretty filthy weather is because it's due an MOT. It had an MOT just before I bought it, and it had 117,600-ish miles on it. 11 and a half months later, it's got 118,696 miles on it. So basically, it's done under 1,000 miles in the last year. That is pretty feeble. Admittedly, it did spend about 2 months down at a paint shop having the back bumper painted. And a few times I've started doing what's going on with the Alfa video, but because I've only done a tiny thing that week, it's not really been worth posting. So it almost looks like I've completely forgotten about the car, and with 1,000 miles it's done, including driving home from Bedford, I almost have forgotten about the car, and it's woefully underused considering how much good fun it is. So I'm going to go take it home right now, give it an oil change, and then drop it off for an MOT with Trevor at TJ Motors tomorrow. And here in the meantime is a montage of all the bits and pieces that I have actually done to this car in the last year. And none of them are worth a video on their own, but you know, put together over a year, I've done some odds and ends. And some of them it's sunny. Remember sun? Yeah, me too. It was like it 2 weeks ago, now it's nearly snowing. A couple of weeks in lock-up garage, and it's kaput. Maybe I need a new second-hand battery for this car. Finally. That was after the jump start pack wouldn't touch it. I had to go to Halfords. The queues were ridiculous because it's Black Friday weekend. It took forever. The quickest drive home. And I forgot my wallet, so I'd not my Halfords trade card on me. Just pay full price for the jump cards. Lucky I had my phone so I could do the Apple CarPlay. When the car arrived, one front fog lamp was smashed and the other fog lamp didn't work. The sill trim pieces were hanging a bit loose and there was rust spots around the edge of the wheel arches. It had been backed into something or something had hit it because the paint on the rear bumper was crazed and both of the rear reflectors were smashed and hard to find. Inside, the steering wheel was disgusting. It was horrible to hold and the leather was all just manky and yucky. And the boot struts were not doing the best job in the world at stopping the car doing a Christine impression and trying to decapitate me. Ow! Well, we fixed the steering wheel. You can go and watch a video about that earlier in my playlist. The boot struts, though, aren't doing a great deal of good on my desk at the moment. These reflectors I actually found in Italy on eBay, new old stock, apparently genuine articles, and they're about 15 quid each, so that was £30 well spent, because as well as Tony painting the back bumper and making the cracks go away in that, these now look perfect. Tony Collins from Classic Car Restorations down in Herne Bay did a fantastic job of sorting out the rear bumper for me and fitting the new reflectors. One job I really should have taken care of a long time ago, like as soon as I got the car, was this exhaust bracket, because that's hanging on cable ties and there's a pretty good chance they're going to melt off at some point because the exhausts get hot, and I don't know why I forgot to do this. I'm going to go with because I'm lazy. Actually, that bush looks pretty tired as well now I'm looking underneath here. That's gone bad. I can see some polyflex in this car's future. Right, I'm going to have a quick stab at getting these new exhaust hangers on. Hopefully they just push on. What's worse is that I hadn't realised how lacking the other exhaust mounts were down the length of the car, and this could have just fallen off at literally any time. Oh, wow, suddenly it's become a two-person job. That's really heavy. Oh my god, this weighs an absolute ton. Okay, one down. That was the easy one. This can take the weight for me. There we go, that's easier. this, it's not anywhere near as easy as you'd think it would be. Now, the other thing that I've got to get sorted out, as everything you see, I'm actually sweating. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning, it's not even hot yet. The air conditioning is out on this car, and I've added this to the list purely because it bothers me. It's been a heat wave, and it means the car's been almost unusable, especially now the bottom 3 fan speeds don't seem to work for some reason. I can't do air conditioning because you've got to have a license and chemicals and yada yada yada, so I'm dropping it off to a garage right now. Someone previously in this car's history, instead of fixing the broken air conditioning compressor, just bypassed it with a shorter alternator drive belt. So I'm guessing it's going to need a new one of those and a regas probably. I don't know what it's going to cost, but I can't do anything about it, and frankly it's horrible, and the chances are the Mondeo is going to give up on me at some point, and I'm going to need this thing to step in its place. So, well, the garage wanted £500 to change the aircon compressor, so I left that well alone. And they couldn't find a resistor for the fan switch. I could. It was £10 off Italian eBay plus postage. However, you've got to take the entire lower half of the dashboard apart to do it, so it's still broke. Not helpful. And thanks to a rusted bolt and a new component from eBay that didn't work quite right, this 5-minute job took most of an afternoon. But wasn't interesting enough to make an entire video about all on its own. Okay, so the old one works, so why doesn't the new one? If I put the old back end on here, will that then fire up, I wonder? Yes, this must be something to do. This is off a Rover P6, so it's pretty significantly better quality. One area is definitely worth spending an extra £2 or £3 is on an oil filter, especially on an engine like this, where it's so oil fussy and oil critical. So this is a genuine Alfa Romeo part, which is only £12 or something from the main dealer. Not worth scrimping on at all. Trying not to get covered in oil, but I know I'm going to get covered in oil in about 2 seconds flat. Okay, here we go. Covered in oil. Alfa Romeo. Well, now the car's having its MOT pre-inspection, so in the week I'll find out exactly how bad it really is. It's going to need an exhaust hanger, and I reckon those bushes are going to need sorting out, and they look like no fun to change whatsoever. Oh well, maybe once that's done I'll finally get around to using this car some more. Thanks for watching, please hit like and subscribe, and maybe in a week's time you'll find out exactly how bad this was. Thanks for watching.